right, and then balancing the checkbook, that's kind of an old school thought too. Not many people carry a checkbook anymore. Not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying that doesn't happen that often. As far as writing in a ledger, and now some people do. I think it's a great thing to do. I just know realistically, not a lot of people do that anymore. But we still need to do some level of balance the checkbook. And if that's an electronic thing with you, where you just go look at your online transactions every day or every other day or once a week or whatever you do, you got to make sure things are coming out at the right amount and they're going in at the right amount, and that nothing's showing up that you're not aware of and that sort of thing. And if you're sharing an account with somebody, sure, everybody has their hands in it, but somebody kind of needs to take the bull by the horns and say, okay, I'm going to take the lead on keeping the records here, because otherwise nobody knows what's going on and it's just a free for all. So somebody needs to be looking at that, if not both people, and know, here's what we got, here's what we're spending, and when money is spent, okay, we're going to take that out. We should see it if we're looking at the electronic, transactions, or those sometimes are delayed though. If you write a check, of course, there's a delay there. So it takes a little effort to make sure that we stay above water and don't overspend or overdraft. And then use receipts, statements, online banking transactions, again, to kind of help with that balancing, quote unquote, make sure everything's coming out of the account correctly. And then this is where you get to make adjustments. So there's no such thing, we said earlier, as a perfect budget. It's not one and done. It's one, and then it's two, and it's three, and it's four, and you just keep, and at some point you kind of get an iteration of it that works, that you're comfortable with, and you can still tweak it, but you're going to find that you get to, a comfort level of this is just kind of what's working, and at that point, even though at first, anybody doing this for the first time, it always feels like a whole bunch of work and like, oh my gosh, this is taking forever, and it's, having to have these big conversations with your significant other about everything we're doing. But it's not always like that. It's like that on the front end, right? But once you kind of find your rhythm and you find what's working and you make some adjustments, when you're not constantly changing things, you're not constantly in the dark, you're not constantly figuring out who's going to do what and how it's supposed to happen, you'll find your rhythm, and then it becomes so much easier. And then it's just a quick conversation every once in a while, and it's not that big a deal. But just stay flexible, be consistent, but be flexible and willing to change, and know that sometimes it's two steps forward, one step backwards, and that kind of thing, to get to where everything's how you'd like it to be.